Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare ancient Roman frigate tuna from the 10th book of the Re Cucinaria, which collects fish recipes. We start with ingredients. We need frigate tuna, wine, olive oil, honey, vinegar, wheat starch, garum, raisins, the spices, black pepper, cumin and coriander seeds, and the herbs, thyme and scallion. We cut the fish into slices, wrap them in fig leaves and grill them. This technique, which is particularly useful to prevent the fish from burning and allows uneven cooking, is described in Archestratus Gastronomy, written in the 4th century before the Common Era. This author, who lived in Gela, a city in Sicily, only recommends oregano to season an oily fish called in Greek amia, which is similar to tuna and mackerel. The dressing of the Re Cucinaria is more complex and requires many ingredients. However, there are no directions about the cooking method. We chose to grill the fish, but if you prefer, you can also simmer it or cook it for a short time on a lightly oiled pan. The fish mentioned by the author of the Re Cucinaria is called Tinnus, which is a general name for a series of oily fish similar to tuna. The distinction that we find in the Naturalis Historia, however, is not based on the species, but the age. Pliny writes that the youngest tinni are called cordila, but in spring they become pelamides, and when they are a year old, they change their name into tinni. There is no need to specifically use frigate tuna to make this recipe. Use tuna, bonito, or any other species similar to this that you like. Meanwhile, we prepare the sauce. We grind the spices in the mortar and pound a few raisins. We add the thyme and minced scallion. Then we dilute with a little honey and 2 tablespoons each of garum, wine, vinegar and olive oil. The secret for a good outcome is balance. The first thing to keep in mind is that no flavor should overwhelm the others. Don't use too many raisins or too much honey, so that the sauce doesn't become overly sweet. Garum gives the sauce sapidity and saltiness, and is balanced by the sweet ingredients and the acidity of wine and vinegar. Extra virgin olive oil, which is the type of oil we should use for most ancient Roman recipes, instead enriches the overall flavor with its delicious and intense aroma. The various types of fish that Pliny calls Tinnus were used both fresh and salted according to Pliny. Salted tuna was very appreciated in the antiquity, and the liquid obtained by salting it was a prized fish sauce called muria. In addition to tuna, there were other types of muria made with different fish, all produced in a similar way as our colatura di alici. In this recipe, we can use muria to substitute garum, but also colatura di alici, a Southeast Asian fish sauce, or just salt. To learn more about the production of muria and garum, with recipes for making these sauces from scratch, watch the videos linked in the description below. To know more about ancient food, we recommend our book, Ancient Roman Cooking, which includes not only recipes but also information on ingredients, sources, methods of processing and preserving food in the antiquity, descriptions of ancient meals and banquets, and more. In addition, you can find articles and translation of historical sources, including the full text of the Re Cucinaria, on our Patreon page. If you're interested in the use of herbs in historical cooking, we suggest reading early Italian recipes, vegetables, fruit, herbs and flowers. To learn about the transition between ancient and medieval cooking, Read the Observatione Ciborum, Early Medieval Recipes at the Court of the Franks. To know more about medieval cuisine, check out il libro della cucina Medieval Tuscan Recipes and Registrum Cuquine, a Medieval Cookbook. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer and purchase our merchandise. You can find all the links in the description below. We cook the sauce for a few minutes. As soon as it comes to a boil, we thicken the sauce with a bit of wheat starch diluted in water and serve the friggate tuna coated with the sauce. The fish was great, with a delicious balanced sauce that brought out all the flavors of ancient Mediterranean cuisine. An incredible dish that can be served with sliced hard-boiled eggs, as typical of ancient Roman cooking, and a good side dish, such as a cucumber salad or peas. You find the links to the videos in the description below. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.